All right, this is a special request video. I'm not going to post the name of the user or their handles. I'm just going to do the reading. I was not given a question. I wasn't given any information, so we're just going to go from here. I do want to say that after the initial contact, I got a trauma bond. So there's a trauma bond and some shit starters in your reading already. And I have the Six of Wands on the back. So there's something about in-laws here. And I'm just going to set this aside. I'm going to, leave the shit starting card, the trauma bond card there, and see what comes of this. You could be waiting for an answer on something. This is, you're waiting for an answer, and it isn't about this reading, obviously. I think what I'm going to do, since you told me I could do whatever I wanted, I'm going to go for some hints first and get a little more information. And don't post anything in the comment section. There's a breakthrough. You're waiting for a breakthrough. There's something about a breakthrough. This should be fun. Something about 10,000 to 100,000. That's a card that tells me that there's some kind of a payout or a payoff, or in some way someone owes you money. That could be what you're waiting for. In-laws, this could be about a divorce. I suppose this could be about a separation, or it could be about wanting to buy your silence. And you know how I work, so if I get anything as I'm channeling here, there's something about a Corvette. Bearing spells in direct line of sight from your home. So someone has been doing some kind of black magic, negative, projected toward you. And just for your own protection, you could, post anything you like underneath it, I suppose. But I'm going to be sending you the direct link. Somebody's going to the doctor, somebody's sick. I stumbled on that word, direct. Somebody could be a director of a medical facility. Somebody is crying over this situation. Trauma bond, shit starters, breakthrough, payout, spells, crying. Somebody misses you. Oh, okay. So something about your ex, a significant ex. Something about December, or somebody's born in the month of December as it relates to this reading or whatever you were thinking about. Somebody has a turtle tattoo. Tattoos, a turtle tattoo significant? That's pretty specific. I didn't know. Huh. All right. Someone's mother is significant here. They owe Satan, and he's coming to collect something unholy. Somebody is either a Satan worshiper, for lack of a better term, or they have sold themselves in some way. It could be an atheist, though. Remember that if I see that, I know what that means to me, but somebody could be an atheist. They don't believe in shit. All right. Very selfish energy that I'm picking up. A lot of people, when they consider themselves Satan worshipers, they're very deeply troubled people, but they're unhappy. And so they shun the light because they feel more comfortable with the dark. Now I've got Godmother. I'm going to put this over here on Mother because I don't feel that it's a godmother. There's something specific about somebody's mother. Crying, December. This could be about somebody's mother who passed. They could have passed in December. I'm not sure. But mother and godmother means to me that the mother is absent, as in deceased. Somebody's crying. Somebody wants a breakthrough. I'm not sure what those bearing spells. It could be black magic, but it could also be love spells, which to me, a love spell is also black magic because it seeks to control someone's free will. That's why you don't do that. It always backfires. Somebody somebody believes that they're a hypnotist or that they can mind control, okay? Somebody's ill. Somebody has a terminal illness. Now, I don't know if this relates to the mother that I get crossed over. No, it isn't. It's the person crying over you could be terminally ill or have a significant illness. Something about the month of October. I've got October and December. The passing could have occurred in those months, doesn't have to. Somebody involved in this was born in the month of December and October, either or both. There could be multiple people here. The initial O is significant. That could be first, middle, or last. Could be somebody involved in the situation. It could also relate to October. If nothing else comes through here, I might switch to a different type of hint. For me, there's a hit out on somebody, or somebody tried to take somebody out. Wants to take somebody out. Doesn't want somebody alive. Something about a best man. There's a wedding, a marriage is significant. You know, the turtle doesn't have to be a tattoo, but turtles are significant. My attention is being drawn to the turtles. You could live somewhere, or someone does, where turtles are significant. I'm getting March of the Penguins. Penguins? Penguins. If it's not about penguins, it's the March of the Turtles. I'm not sure where that fits. Anything else from here? Let's just switch to a few more before I make the decision. Somebody's got to make a decision, or somebody made a decision. Huh. Somebody's on TikTok. TikTok. There could be a child involved. Somebody could have a child, share a child with the main character in question. Somebody's a TikTok twat. There's a twat. Could be that the best man is married to the TikTok twat. Okay. Somebody's in trouble with the IRS. I'm going to put that over here on the money indication. This is in reverse. Somebody is not happy. And you know what's so crazy here? I should have said, because I didn't answer you about the address, because I didn't want you to give me any information, because I didn't want to remote view. Yet the remote viewing card comes out. I'm going to set this over here on this side for no reason other than I just need room. Somebody needs room. Something about a room. Somebody's renting a room. Somebody rents rooms. You could be renting rooms out of your own house. If that's you, I don't suggest it. There's something nefarious connected to the renting of the room or the renting rooms. I'm getting Motel 6. Now, that doesn't have to be Motel 6, but hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. If your friend starts acting up, then you take her friend. Somebody wanted you in a trauma bond. All right, let's see. My energy feels very low. Like somebody's energy is very low. That could have to do with the crying. Somebody's missing you. Somebody's crying over you. The mother, godmother, terminal illness, passing, December, October, significant. You know, I'm almost I'm almost falling into remote viewing. That's why, like I said, I don't want the information. I didn't want a remote view. But if it starts happening, and it's happening, we've got somebody with community exposure. The public knows who they really are now. Somebody's not happy. It's publicly known that these people, this couple, they're not happy. Yeah, my energy is going really, it feels very low. There could be a priest involved, but it fell over here on community exposure. This is definitely, there's a married couple, October, December. Kind of wondering why, well, I better not say that. Flowers are significant. The month of May is significant. And I had it in reverse. Weird, freaky Aquarius. Doesn't have to be an Aquarius, but there is an air sign, which would be October. There's an October born air sign. Holy Spirit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know. Is this a setup? I feel set up. Are you setting me up? Do you. Something about a hag or the initials HANG? GAH? The initials HAG? Hag? Jag? Somebody's a JAG attorney? What? Hey. I'm going to just say it, you know, whatever comes out. So once in a while I do this, which is I'm sure why you asked me to. Somebody's going to ask you to do something you don't want to do. And I've got, bitch, better have my money. Somebody could owe you money, or they're going to find with that 10,000 to 100,000, they want you to shut up or stop doing it, saying it. My advice is don't stop doing it or saying whatever it is. There's a need to rock the boat. Don't put your hands in it. I don't know why. For me, that symbol looked like don't reach into the oven and pull out the turkey. You know what I mean? Because to me, it looks like reaching into the oven and pulling out the turkey, but with your bare hands. Thanksgiving is significant. Don't involve yourself in it. Somebody could try to involve you or rage bait you in some way, trying to make you look like you're neurotic or out of control. Don't put your hands in it. JAG attorney. Okay, so for me, an attorney at all means that there's a lawsuit or there's going to be a lawsuit. I suppose if somebody's not happy, best man, TikTok twat, that's male and female, unhappy, bitch better have my money. There could be a divorce here. This could be about a divorce settlement as well. Take the money and shut up. There's another reading that I did, but I can't really remember which one it was. I'm so sorry about that. You can maybe search through transcripts to see transcripts. There could be transcripts, which means there could be testimony or something is on record. It's on the record. Somebody doesn't want it on record. Okay, this one feels like it's not going to yield. Somebody wants you to yield. Is there anything else here, Holy Spirit? I'm getting a pain on the left side of my head. Somebody's having headaches. Now, this could be a head injury, which could make me think of a car accident. Somebody has been in some kind of an accident, or I see the falling off of a ladder. That could be that somebody fell off or is falling down, falling from grace, losing a position. The community knows. Oh, okay. So we're going to take these and then I'm going to set it aside. Somebody is rude, gross, chews, pops gum while talking. So somebody with no manners. I'm getting bad breeding. I know that sounds terrible, but somebody's bad, poorly bred, just bad breeding comes from I don't know. I feel like somebody's either thinks themselves as upper class or they come from a certain class or there's something about the class as a distinction there. But then I get rude, gross, chews, pops go. To me, this is very tacky energy. Turtle tattoo. This could be kind of like there's tattoos involved, or it could just be the turtles. But oh God, I know this is gross. But then I get the strap on tool. So somebody could be into that. And I've got Black or African American. This category includes people with origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. Somebody could be of mixed ethnicity. And I've got close the door. All right. I'm just going to I think I will get some of the weird ones out here. Somebody's fucking weird. All right. Let's see. I'm going to keep trauma bond out here. Let me just pick these up. Somebody's going to have to do some kind of cleanup, or they're trying to clean something up and they want you to shut up. And I don't want you to shut up. I say keep talking. At the bottom, I've got timid, shy, misunderstood. You could be the person who's timid or shy or misunderstood. Trauma bond, shit starters. All right, let's see. What about the trauma bond shit starting? Is this like Saturday Night Live's cold open? Somebody's cold. And I've got the 10 of Cups, but what I've written on it is role play. I've written that twice. We saw a strap-on tool. I feel nauseated, but... And I am going to say something about fecal matter is significant, or backdoor deliveries, you know what I mean? On the other side, I've got Aquarius again, and look at that. Cold as hell. Neptune is significant. So the ocean, water is significant. Somebody, again, could be an Aquarius or an air sign. Somebody's cold. Somebody treated you that way. Cold. Cold as hell. Neptune. This is connected to the ocean or to the water. Turtles should be sea turtles then, connected to water. All right. Holy Spirit, continue. And I do see it. All right. That's a white building. There's certain things that I'm not going to say right here that I'll talk to you about. We'll just leave that for the email. Neptune, Aquarius, cold as hell. Role play. You know what the 10 of Cups? 10 of Cups would be a marriage. Okay, the 10 of Cups in the Tarot is the marriage and family card. Role play. Somebody is faking being happy in a marriage, or I'm just going to say it, somebody could be gay and is in a lavender kind of marriage, bearded marriage. And I almost stuttered there. The initial S is significant. I'm stuttering. I couldn't get that out of my mouth. Somebody has agreed to something. They could have been paid to do this, or somebody could be trying to save their reputation with a lavender marriage. Somebody who could be of high honor. The ladder, they felt Jacob's ladder is significant. The initial J is significant. All right. I've got the Queen of Wands here. Somebody could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Flip and switch the roles. planted evidence. Planted evidence to me could mean that somebody, since I said set up, somebody could have set you up for this, or somehow it was all a ruse, role play. Role play, 10 of Cups, role play. It's not a real marriage, but this is about a marriage. Queen of Wands is very attractive, very energetic, very creative. Somebody tried to plant evidence on you. You could be the Queen of Wands. You don't have to be a fire sign. Spanish fly, you could be Hispanic. Somebody could have tried to drug you. Hispanic, mixed ethnicity. You could be mulatta. In your case, I better look at these. Somebody better look at it. Somebody is a repeat offender. The game is over. Look out the window. Somebody could be watching you or was watching you. Somebody's a registered sex offender. If they're not a registered sex offender, they should be. And now we had that other card that said close the door, and I've got don't open the door. Somebody may try to come to you, approach you. Final approach. Somebody's flying. Somebody could be flying in to see you or wanting to, attempting to. Final approach. Short final. I've got raid. Walking away. Money. Gonna lose money. And on the other side, Idaho. The divine masculine was breadcrumbing. Their current partner. You could be in Idaho. Somebody could live in Idaho, but Idaho to me could also mean crops, fields, a place where something grows. So think it could be, I'm in the United States. So for example, I could be thinking of Iowa. I could be thinking anywhere where anything grows. I mean, this could be Florida. Florida is significant, but raid with the money, walking away. You walked away from this situation, or you were paid to walk away, or walking away is how they were going to get paid, but they're going to lose money. And then it was in the reverse, SWAT team, burner phone, someone in their 60s. Somebody's in some trouble because to have raid and SWAT team, burner phone, oh boy. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. You are a real earth angel, 10 of Pentacles. So if you're concerned about money, money is going to be coming to you. I think I want to flip it over and oh, yeah. Somebody's trying to burn evidence or get rid of the evidence or burn something. Somebody, there's something about land or property or titles, and somebody could be, burning evidence, raid, walking away. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Somebody could be into doing some funny business with real estate. I said Motel 6. Renting out a room. Maybe you're not the one renting out the room. Maybe they're renting out a room. Maybe they rent out rooms. Raid sounds so serious, and so does SWAT team. And if it hasn't gotten there yet, they're trying to avoid this. 5 months, somebody could go away for 5 months or went away for 5 months, or you've been gone for 5 months. Somebody's been gone for 5 months. Something about 5 months. All right. Betwixt in between. So 5 months in between one thing and then another. Okay, I've got fire energy again with the Jack. Somebody's name could be Jack, or name starts with a J. Somebody could be having kidney problems, kidney failure. For me, when I see this, I think that if somebody was doing quote unquote black magic, or, words are spells, speaking poorly about you, spreading some false rumors or something, that's a backfire. And so it could have backfired onto somebody's mother or godmother or the mother figure that feels gone to me, not in this dimension. And there's something about that death that is significant. I don't know if there was foul play there, but I said burning evidence. Somebody could have been cremated. Okay, and we have a Wiccan. What'd I tell you? A horseshoe could be significant just because it's on the card. Somebody could be 39 or 93. Maybe somebody died at 93. You know, if the mother passed at 93, that would be a pretty good age, right? Anything under 90, somebody could have been under 90, but anything under 90, I start to kind of question it. At least for me, I live in the United States, so people live longer, and generally, you know, I'm not saying that people don't die at any age. Something about the number 77, 1977 is significant. The 70s are significant. Somebody with olive skin, this is the 5 of Wands, so there's a fight. There could be an olive-skinned person involved in this. I don't know if that's you. You seem to be out of this, okay? But I said that wand energy could have been you. You could be the fire sign. That I'm not sure. Don't get too hung up on that, because this is, like I said, Saturday Night Live's cold open. I'm just going for it. So somebody, what I tell you, gravedigger dug their own grave. Okay, so somebody's mother is dead. No denying that. Mother, godmother, mother energy. There's a Wiccan involved, or somebody who follows. I'm not saying that all Wiccans are bad or anything, but Wiccan, you know, makes me think witchcraft. That's a backfire. Somebody had a backfire. Somebody lost a family member, probably the mother, godmother, to a backfire. You know, the mother could have been a Wiccan or following some kind of left-hand path. Paths are significant, a walking path. All right, I've got a feminine involved in trying to hurt you. And photocopier, copy machine, trying to be you on cheap paper. Something about, see what I tell you, lavender marriage or fake marriage, somebody's gay. And if they're not gay, they're in very, very feminine, receptive type energy, strap-on tool, fecal matter. I'm so sorry. It sounds terrible. And then I've got the 8 of Wands. Something very quickly. They could be trying to approach you quickly. I did start to reference air travel, short final, landing kind of energy. They can never pay their karma. Somebody's incurred some karma here. Happily ever after, Cinderella on the reverse. It's reversed. Either you're living happily ever after and you're having a Cinderella moment, trying to be on cheap paper. Somebody's trying to kind of, or somebody could have assumed your identity. All right, not too many more of these because I want to do the reading for you real quick. Free falling, somebody free falling for a fee, free falling. Somebody's a paratrooper. Whoa, and it fell. Somebody's a paratrooper, or maybe that's something you're interested in, parachuting. Tried to edit your Akashic records. Well, you know, people can try. It sounds very fantastical to me. Mail fraud, and this is dangerous right here. That's a federal crime. Could be somebody that's Wiccan or in a Wiccan community. And I'm talking about the negative side of things, okay? So if you're a Wiccan, don't be mad that I'm saying that. You have to remember, I've channeled these things and I don't know you. All right, mail fraud. Somebody's going to get caught up for that, or by the time you receive whatever it is that you never received. Cheap paper, a paper trail. Cheap paper makes me think about the post office anyway. You know, because I think about, you know, the mailers that, you know, you can get stuffed with, which, you know, we think it's annoying, but it keeps a carrier. Somebody's a carrier. Somebody's carrying either a genetic incongruency or mutation or a disease. All right, let's see. Ice is significant. There could be somebody here where ice is significant. This is the 9 of Swords. Somebody crying a lot. I didn't purposely channel them. I would just grab a pile from like some trash cards that I had. And 9 of Swords, somebody's crying. Now ice could be that something's been put on ice. Jungle Gym, they're dating a whole warthog. I'm sorry. Somebody's name could be Jim. Maybe Jim lives in the jungle. All right, let's see. I did get South Florida. I don't think there's jungles in Florida. Something about the tropics. Something about the Tropic of Cancer. Somebody could have cancer. Maybe that's what the mutation is. It's terminal illness. Somebody's trying to hide something. They're hiding from you or you're hiding from them. If you feel safer that way, I mean, I don't know, your situation. Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Special, be careful. All right, somebody could carry a revolver. Somebody could have a service revolver. Doesn't have to be a Saturday Night Special. All right, let's see. Keep going. I'm going to take this one because it flipped. Someone's in mountain time. Somebody's in the mountains or is in mountain time. Eight of Wands. Again, Eight of Wands here, Eight of Wands here. Somebody's trying to get to you very quickly or there's some urgency in the speed. Eight of Wands is my air travel card. Somebody's definitely trying to fly to you. Somebody's a project manager or a manager. Something's a project, someone's the project, somebody on a mission. Mountain time, somebody in the military, retired military, mountain time. Military to me can mean police, uniforms, but not medical all the time. I have to see something else that makes me say medical. Although somebody could be in the medical field. Somebody could be in medical sales. Somebody could be in medical sales in mountain time. Okay, let me keep going. My energy is just like, yeah, look at retired military fighter pilot. Somebody's a fighter pilot. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Either you are alone in the Nine of Pentacles or the fighter pilot. Now, this could be a drone operator. I do have to say that. And on the reverse, let Jesus order your steps. Be the clay. Somebody's name could be clay, or you need to let Jesus help you. We were created in his image, so let the archangels continue to mold you, to shape you, to help you. Your experiences have shaped you. All right, let's see. You'll know how it resonates if it does. Like, I just, I do what the voices tell me. Somebody said that you were hearing voices, or somebody said that you were delusional. You asked me for the reading because you already know. That's what they just said. You know how to jump. You know how to jump timelines. You know how to shift timelines. You're in the very least very sensitive or a psychic. Somebody definitely carries a weapon, or did, or does. 6-hour P365. 365, something about a year ago or something about years. Maybe something happened with the service weapon a year ago. Somebody's been relieved of a service weapon. I said retired at some point. And I've got the Queen of Pentacles now, the quintessential wife. There's a wife involved, stepfather involved. Somebody is a stepfather. All right. Somebody could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. I almost don't want to get you too stuck on that because you see how wide open I'm letting this be. And I continue to channel. All right, I can see it. Oh, it's very uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me. I didn't catch it. Let's see. I didn't catch it. Somebody didn't catch it. Somebody missed a flight. Somebody almost missed a flight. Somebody flew. Somebody flew out. Flew in, flew out. Okay. Be careful. I mean, we don't have to live in fear, but you really don't want to be around any dumbasses. There's a lot of dumbass energy here. Like there's some fucktards. All right, let's see. Neptune, the ocean. Somebody could have been planning an accident for you in the ocean, near the ocean. I don't know how that fits. Spanish fly drug you. All right, something about Spain is significant here. Let's see. Same cards wanted to pop out. Okay. They don't want you to see or hear you. They don't want to see or hear you are with someone else. Somebody's jealous. Okay, the person in question that you're questioning, or the main person, or the person who's more prominent, is somebody could be in prominent position, wiretap. Somebody doesn't want to know that you're with somebody else. I've got Malta Hatue. Somebody could be Cuban. Maine. Somebody's been to Maine. The rain in Spain. Okay, now that's Maine. One more row. Okay, I see it. Something about the month of September. A strap. Are you kidding me? I was going to say, shit you not, but then I want to get sick. A strap on in September. Pegging. Somebody getting pegged. Somebody could be compromised here. With wiretap, somebody could be filmed, somebody could be recorded this way. It could be like the boys club humiliation ritual. Like, we do this to you to humiliate you. To me, it's like, well, you're all gay then. Nobody does that. Who does that? Straight men don't do that. Somebody's gay or somebody's been humiliated. Arizona is significant here. I'm going to keep, I don't want to, but strap on September pegging. Mountain time. This could have happened in the West. Go west. I'm told to go west. I'm going west. Okay, so now I'm going west. Somebody's name could be West. Okay, so, I've got abuse of power, corrupt leader, lost power. I did say somebody was falling off the ladder. Now, that could have been a real accident, but it's also symbolic. That's a 2 of Pentacles. Trying to juggle 2 things at once. Guilt regarding a sacrifice they witnessed, or, oh boy. Okay, so there's something here. Somebody's definitely compromised. Okay, so I'm going to take this one off the top. This is the slander, the path or the trajectory. A path would be a flight path. Trajectory could be anything from like missiles or weapons, or the trajectory of a bullet. Somebody's done murder. Town ho meetings. There's a community ho. So somebody could be like literally a hoe or a whore. Somebody could be a prostitute. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Desert Shield. You're someone here in your energy is either a veteran of this war or operation, or definitely military. Somebody's a musician. 10 of Wands, a musician carrying a bird. Pocket watching to see if it's working. Hate. Okay, so somebody definitely projecting all kinds of bullshit. I'm, just for shits and giggles, since there's so much shit right here. Paying a practitioner to block your love life. Cannot make this bullshit up. What I say. Contacting you from fake accounts in the closet. Jack of Cups. Somebody jacks in the closet. Somebody's gay. I don't know what this is about, the gay one or the compromised gay, or there's something about a closet. The initial J again. And I don't have just one deck. I have multiple decks, and it's huge rows of them, and I just reshuffle them at different times and switch them around so that I don't get I don't get it. Okay, let's see. Somebody's contacting you from fake accounts. Maybe that's why you contacted me to let me know. Something is interstate. This is the King of Pentacles. This could be a business owner, a realtor, somebody who got real estate. We said Motel 6, renting out the room. This could be interstate crime. The FBI could be involved, 3-letter agencies, military. Statements are on the record. Something is on the record already, or it's being recorded, wiretap recorded. And I shit you not. There's a motel or a hotel. 9 of Wands, somebody is really defensive. I feel like I'm yelling. I got to be careful. I'm not going to wake everybody up. 9 of Wands, motel, statement on record. This shit's recorded. Whatever this is, it's known. The King of Pentacles is compromised. It could be earth energy. It's definitely money, energy, business owner, energy. There aren't too many here, so I'm going to take the top one. Something about gifts. You're gifted. You have gifts, so I'm only confirming what you know. What? Okay, if you've got children with this person, there's custodial interference here. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. You're contacting me about a married couple. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. If there aren't children involved, there could be adult children involved. Somebody's children could all be adults. Somebody has illegitimate children born out of wedlock, or children are not legit. Custodial interference. Somebody could have children that are not their children, or they know that they're not their children. Somebody has, like, I hate to say the word, but I'm going to say it, bastard children. You know, if they're born out of wedlock, or there are children that are genetically not someone's children. Identity theft and the 7 of Swords, which it's just incredible to me sometimes when I look at this and I think about how I just crazy. Never mind. So identity theft, 7 of Swords, return to sender. You know, if this is not just about weird black magic and some fucking stupid people, return to sender could be literally somebody with mail fraud could have returned your mail even though they knew how to get it to you, or... Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. Anything else? Main line to the divine. So you're protected. You're fine. All right. June, something about the month of June is significant, or the initial J again. This is, you're dealing with somebody's a James, a Jim, a Jamie, a Joyce, a Joe. You get it. You have a divine connection, and that's on main line to the divine. And faces of meth. Somebody is a drug user or has used a drug like this before. I hope you don't have... Oh, God. Okay. The person you're talking about could be or be with somebody or around somebody who's inappropriate for children. Something about... Okay, I better stop right there. Something about being inappropriate with children. Somebody likes them young or something. Okay, so mad, duality, Georgia. You don't want to know them. This is what I'm saying. Somebody could be like what they would call bi, which to me it just means you're a fucking pervert. There is no such thing as bi, okay? And I've got obstruction of justice. Somebody is in the justice or the legal department or in the... I definitely, I've got strong military and somebody in the justice system, the justice department, obstruction of justice. Somebody could have been paying somebody in there to block something from you. Maybe you were supposed to get served and you couldn't get served, or they said they couldn't find you, but they knew where you were. They made mistakes. Somebody could have done or is doing some prison time, jail time. Everybody's entitled to pay their debt to society, but this all looks like a bunch of fucked up people to me. All right, let's see. I wouldn't associate with this. If somebody's trying to come back into your life, I wouldn't be opening the door. I'd keep the door closed, as the card said, right? Okay. Boy, this is 45 minutes, so we better wrap this up. This has already answered everything. I'm wondering if I even need to do a reading. You have Gemini, first, second, or 10th prominent in the house. Federal. Somebody could be a Fed. Somebody has blonde highlights or blonde hair. He's chasing his or her old queen or king. So maybe you were with this person and they went back to somebody that they were with before, somebody who could be faces of meth, could have done that kind of drug, have had that kind of issue, or they did. Somebody in the closet, lavender bearded. This is really messed up. Oh, I didn't think of this here at the bottom. So he's chasing his or her old king or queen of cups. So you could be the king or, well, you're the queen because I know for a fact, well, you told me you're a female. I don't know. Are you female? Okay, let's see. Let's just round this out here at the bottom. It's a fire sign. They're crying. We got crying earlier. Can't sleep at night. Somebody's feeling fucking guilty. Somebody must have really done you dirty. Okay, so we've got red hair. Somebody with red hair could be involved, or you have red hair. A karmic third party thought they could change. What the hell does that say? Change? I can't read what I wrote. Well, it says she was a pick-me. So somebody's like, pick me, pick me. Somebody's desperate. The kind of woman that chases after a man. The kind of woman that, I get like, bitch, 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 bitch energy. Chases after a man. You got to chase a man down. This is a very sick kind of codependent situation here. I got the Queen of Wands again with speed. Faces of meth, speed. Somebody is a drug addict or a drug user. Okay, they could have been a reformed or they could have gotten healed. I don't know. Criminal family enterprise. Somebody hired your coworkers or paid your coworkers 10 to 100,000, that kind of thing. I'm not saying it was that amount because I got that for a different purpose there with you. This person, this situation, whatever's the most important to you that you were wondering about, is part of like a criminal family enterprise that could appear very upstanding, law enforcement, Justice Department, military, but they're absolutely corrupt. There's something corrupt. There's no way that these cards come out and we don't get any sunshine and roses. Something about sunshine and roses. Okay, a bartender is significant. And we've got default judgment. What I tell you, with return to sender, remember what I was saying? Obviously you're going to always have this video, or you can download a copy of it, or I can email you a copy of it, but go over it again. This is a 10 of Wands. This is somebody who's very burdened. And right on top of this card, I channeled default judgment. Some judgment could have gone through by default because you weren't present, because you didn't fucking know. You had no idea it was even happening. Something about forgery and documents. Somebody, and now it doesn't have to be a judgment. Well, no, that is court. There's court written all over this. All right, let's see. Somebody could have stolen from you, taken something from you, and you weren't there, or they said they couldn't find you. You're going to sue somebody with that 10 to 100,000. By the time this is all said and done, you will have something actionable at some point in the future, unless you're doing it already. I've got a Ruger Blackhawk, afraid to get hurt, unknown emotions, pilot, helicopter pilot, a Ruger service weapon, helicopter flight, okay? Unless you've been on a helicopter, but I don't think you'd be on a Ruger Blackhawk. Okay, so the karmic person's worst fear coming true. Karma, concealment. Somebody hid something from somebody. Somebody could have a concealed carry, or I don't know, to the west. We got Idaho. That would be open carry. You don't have to have a concealed permit. Somebody shoots. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've got an IT hacker, a digital forensics, Wi-Fi, brute force, cloud storage. Somebody was doing brute force attacks on you. Somebody hired a hacker, could have hired somebody to get into any number of, whether it's devices or computer, that kind of thing. Their mind played tricks on them. Pacific time could be significant. The far west coast there. Girlfriend, boyfriend did black magic on your ex. Somebody interfered with this relationship, but I don't know if I'd even want to be in a relationship with any of the players here. Somebody's a player. CHP, ex-boyfriend, mediocre at best. Love spells don't work on me. They were told to leave you alone. 3 of Swords, broken heart, right on top of that. And resilience. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up that part of it here. I'll definitely, I will, if you like, I could either give you, well, you've got the video here, but I can email you the file or upload it to the cloud, and that way you can download it and save it, because you're going to need to reference this. I would like you to reference this with my, regular clients. What I like is for them to tell me how it works out. I love the confirmations. Okay, so let's look at right on the top. Private investigator, someone wants you confused and hopeless and trapped. And on the other side, again, tattoos are significant here. Somebody has tattoos. Free your mind, you are in control. Somebody has tattoos. There's something going on, tattoos, drugs, like this is not going well. All right, let's see. Okay, we're going to just do 1 or 2 passes here because this is going to be very long. But after doing all of the Chinese, somebody could be Chinese. Somebody could be mixed. I don't know. Maybe you're Hispanic. There's African American. There's Chinese. But after doing all those videos and, the monthlies and everything, this helps me kind of recalibrate so I can get off of that routine. Somebody's very routine. Like somebody wakes up at 6 o'clock every morning, does the same thing every day, whatever it is that they do. There's a routine. They're very, I have to check it all off. I have to do all the things. Somebody's got some nervous tension or has a disorder. Somebody could be OCD. Somebody doesn't relax. Somebody can't relax. They fake relaxing. Okay. That's significant. Okay, that's got to be, that doesn't feel like your energy. This feels like somebody else who's in your energy. The way that I read. Somebody's really fucked up in the head. I mean, I really feel very basic when I'm saying this. Somebody with a tattoo is basic. There's some basic. Okay. I have to say it like this. Somebody's a basic bitch. Absolutely uninteresting, very dull energy, very, I don't know, cold energy. Basic. Basic. Prada. I don't know why I have to say Prada. Somebody's like gotta wear Prada, but they're basic bitch. Somebody's low class. Somebody's only into the labels. Somehow they think the labels are going to make it better. Class war. Something about class. Maybe they thought you weren't good enough, and in the end, you're like better than all of this. These are really, I really hope that you are far and away, and that if you have children with this person, I hope you don't share custody with somebody like this. I hope you don't have children with somebody like this, because this is a mess. Because then you could never be free from this person, never ever in your life. I have children from, 3 children from 2 ex-husbands, and I don't have any issues that would ever make me say, "Oh, I'm so sad, that I can never be free from you." We bump into each other and we hug each other. I mean, that's so weird. All right, let's see. Holy Spirit, holy angels. All right, we're going to make this kind of quick. Wow. What's the message? Okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody wants to come back into your life. I don't know why. I don't feel comfortable with it. All right, let's see. I don't feel comfortable at all. We have the Magician. This is a card that always freaks me out a little bit. The Magician, the older I get, makes me more uncomfortable. This is somebody who's going to try to manipulate you, but for some reason, I don't know if they're homeless and they're trying to find out, but it seems like they're married or were married or you were married to them. Somebody made the wrong decision. 2 of Cups in reverse. Somebody could be breaking up. That's why they're trying to come back to you. Somebody has 2 dogs. Or 2 dogs were involved. Okay, let's see. Somebody has a tuxedo cat. I don't like the way they cook. I don't like the way they cook. Somebody's a cuck. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Nine of Swords in reverse. Somebody just look, doesn't that look like Mortal Kombat? Like, somebody's been in combat. Somebody's like so guilty. They just want it to stop. You've already stopped whatever suffering was involved in this. You were involved in somebody else's karma. You were just part of the karmic lesson. That's all your job was there. It could have been a job. Think of it like a spiritual mission. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. No go. You don't want a new beginning with this person. Look at that. Fix. Reach the Beach. That's an album. That looks like the beach to me, or sand, or a shore. We have the turtles. Those are sea turtles. A turtle tattoo. I'm not sure, but the ocean. All right. Flying over there. We have the Two of Wands. Somebody else has made a decision that you are my dandy. They're so dandy. Like I said, they could be like, I'm not into this whole thing. So when I say that somebody's bi, for my own reasons, you're just curious or you're perverted, because that's not actually something that I believe in. And that's just based on my own studies. No, it doesn't work that way. Pick a side. You're either gay or you're not. All right, let's see. Or don't pick a side. Yeah, they're going through some fucking shit. Their world is falling apart. That's it. Something's really going wrong. Or it's about to for them. This is karmic justice. This is the rebalancing. This is about a structure. That's a white structure. Something sandstone. I don't know what that means to you. Soapstone, sandstone. And there we are. The Queen of Cups. You're not in this picture. You're not in this picture. You are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or don't have to be. You could be very nurturing, very loving, very kind. And you're going to be their biggest regret. Yeah, sure you are. Because of the Ace of Cups in reverse. This card makes me sick because of what it looks like. I immediately think of the worst. They're afraid that they've just lost you forever, and it looks like they have. That person wasn't good enough for you. I'm picking up, obviously, without having any details. I'm just going to tell you the story the way that the cards, the way it looks to me. You are their greatest regret. And this person is the King of Wands. It's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's them. They're showing up in the upright. They may have cleaned up their act or gotten straight. See, I don't know. See, that's the part I wouldn't trust it. I can't argue with the King of Wands. Maybe you don't want to argue with the King of Wands in that he does appear in the upright, very creative, very dynamic, thrill seeker, energetic, that kind of thing. Somebody could be in their 40s. Let's see. We did get 60s on the other card. Somebody could be born in the 60s or be in their 60s, or I said 40s. Somebody could be, maybe you are in your 40s. Wow. All right, let's get a summary here and see how I feel about this. I don't know. You're going to have to see how you feel about this. Oh, yeah. He's married or is divorcing or divorced, but was married. There she is. Queen of Wands in reverse. This person was probably cheating on them. Never loved them anyway. People like this don't love. It's for competition or sport. I guess you could say blood sport is significant. Somebody could do something really fucked up like hunt animals in other countries, just for fun, bear rug on the floor. Yeah, look at somebody wants to fight for you. Five of Wands, they want to fight your male or somebody that they think that they're in competition for, or somebody's in competition for him when you don't even want this person, but there's a fight. Very interesting. Somebody does karate or some fucking jujitsu looking bullshit here. I don't know what that is. Clouds are significant. Yeah, look at. Hi, yeah. So it's like the Eight of Wands. They're fucking going to come whether you like it or not. That's the third time we see Eight of Wands. Of course, I did it with just playing cards. Playing cards are significant. Maybe you play bridge. Foundation, wanted a challenge. Three of Wands. Yeah, look at one too many people in there. Three of Wands, just needing, seeing something that they want, wanting to go for it. But the Three of Wands is always one too many unless it's the two or it's the four. Maybe you're a tarot reader. I don't know. Yeah, look at somebody compromised. Seven of Swords. Somebody lied to you. Somebody backstabbed you. Maybe somebody backstabbed him. He's compromised. It's being exposed. Or she's compromised. I don't know. These people suck. Sorry, like, I hope. Well, it's up to you. However you decide to handle things. I'm just reading cards. And we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Somebody doesn't want to fight you. Somebody doesn't want to fight anybody. They don't want to do jujitsu or karate or whatever the fuck is happening over here. They don't want to do it anymore. They're out of energy. They can't resist anymore. They don't want to resist anymore. Near future, Holy Spirit. You must pray to St. Michael, because I've got St. Michael all over me right now. Flew this way, and it was in the challenge. They want to be strong, or they want you to be strong, or they're a Leo, or you're a Leo. Number 11. November is significant to you. You could have well, we did get Thanksgiving earlier. What is this, Holy Spirit? Okay, so they want to be strong. They want you to be strong, and they want you to forget that you're incompatible, because you're showing up as a Queen of Cups. They're showing up as a King of Cups in reverse, a lying manipulator. That's who this person is. They want you to believe that they're the King of Wands. I have a very hard time believing that they're a King of Wands. They're coming across as a King of Cups in reverse, an emotional manipulator. This is the manipulator extraordinaire. They don't want you to know. That's why they're using the magician energy. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. They can't work on it with you, or you won't work on it with them. You're like, you must have somebody else. I don't see. I mean, maybe you're already with a King of Wands and they're the King of Cups in reverse. I'm not sure there. Okay, I'm reading blind. Somebody's blind. Somebody could be having some vision issues or something like that. Where was I at? Hopes and fears. Okay. They're afraid, Ace of Cups in reverse, that it's all spilled. It's all over. Yeah. Look it. Three of Cups. An engagement. A wedding party. A baby shower. Bridal shower. One too many. Either way, what I tell you, if it's not a 2 and it's not a 4, it's a fucking 3. All right, let's see. Somebody cusses like a sailor. Okay, I'm just going to cuss when I feel like cussing. I know which readings to make sure. My mother knows I cuss. Okay, so we have the Princess of Wands. They're going to take action. They want to communicate with you. They want to touch you. They're just very excited about you. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Queen of Wands in reverse over here in the summary. The fuck is up with that? Look, language is language, okay? I don't walk around in my daily life. I don't have a single tattoo. I don't have piercings. I don't have weird colored hair. So let me cuss, okay? Leave me alone with some bongo drums and let me cuss and I'll be fine. Yeah, look it. They're being precluded from traveling towards you. We have the Chariot. Chariot card could be travel. It could be about a car, an inability to travel. This could be law enforcement. This could be, the emergency services, an ambulance. In this case, it could even be a pilot. So it could be that the Queen of Wands in reverse is preventing this person. One more pass here. We might as well. We're at a fucking hour. All right, let's see. Yep. The Empress. They see you as the Empress. Oh, they're screwed then, because no king, there's no emperor has come out here. They haven't shown up as an emperor. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So they feel like everything's against them and it's all going your way and they're downhill. Somebody's going downhill or aging poorly or looks older, than they should be. Now I'm going to take it because, they did flip over. So we have the star here at the bottom. You have healed from whatever this is. Moved on. Flamingos, Florida is significant. We also have astrology here that's significant, and we are coming up on an eclipse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the fading influence, so they could see you also as the Queen of Pentacles, but they know that the Empress has to have been all 4 of the queens, to get to Empress status. But again, look at nobody here matches you. Nobody's matching you. Because we haven't seen the Emperor, and the first card out there with that last pass is the Empress. So, We have somebody who, could have had some addiction issues, is healed from some addiction issues. Temperance card is Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with Sagittarius, something about a fire sign, something specifically about Sagittarius, and having healed. Divine intervention here, divine protection, the archangels. I did mention that I've got Michael with me right now. All right, let's see. You could be a Catholic. Yeah, they're going to be pretty damn sorry because the Seven of Pentacles here, traditionally it would be a card of investing in and waiting and waiting and waiting and feeling like you're wasting time. But this is like sitting on the dock of the bay. You know what I mean? Somebody's on a bay, somebody's sitting on the dock. They just feel like, how can you expect anything to grow when it's all fucking burned out and bombed? You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Title card. Somebody could have a title, certification, or a degree. Somebody could be German. I only say that because of the umlauts here. Somebody's name could be Mueller. The initial M is significant here. The initial A, G, M are significant. Norbert, Lush. Okay. Almost. And then I'm going to give you my little spoken summary. And we could have an idea. I've been talking to you the whole time. Somebody was talking to you the whole time. You were talking to them the whole time. I don't know. Yeah, look, Hangman in reverse. Seeing things up one way or the other. It's all the same. All right, time to get off of that. Somebody might try to martyr themselves for you. I don't know what that means. Or maybe you already sacrificed enough. Jesus sacrificed himself for you. So you don't need to do that for anybody. Let them deal with their own karma. We have the Four of Swords. They want to take action. They want to get up, quit playing their games, and take some kind of action toward you. Misguided is the way it feels to me. Misguided, guided missiles, heat-seeking missiles. I don't know. Let's see. Hopes and fears here at this point. Wow. Okay, so we'll take them like this. Nine of Pentacles, they think that you are not going to come out of your Nine of Pentacles or that you won't, they're just somehow so triggered by you being, if you are, or they see you as independent, alone, and or self-sufficient. And then we have the Death card in reverse. They don't want to fucking let this go, do they? They're not going to drop it. Okay. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, somebody likes Snoop. Somebody likes rap. Okay, let's see. What do you say? People make mistakes, but life goes on. Yep, Two of Swords, you're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to pull the blinders off your eyes. This lunation coming up, the full moon on the 3rd, is significant. If you have not already made this decision, you will. I believe I know what your decision will be, and this is what I'm going to tell you. This person from the past is bad news. This person from the past seems to have hurt you. They could have even gone on to marry somebody and not correct this in some way with you. I don't care whether you have children or not. Somebody like this who's got some bitches or witches or a fucking coven or whatever this is, people pissing in jars and pissing on themselves or doing whatever they do, is not a person that's for you. Your energy is coming across as very light, very consistent, very empress, very queen-like, very regal, very solid. You're a good mother. If you have little children, they are, if you have any children, they're very lucky to have you as a mother. So why would you open the door when the universe is saying, close the door? Don't open the door. That means the same thing. Keep the door closed, right? Why would you let vermin like this back into your life to disrupt your healing? Is that what it would be? Because what would be the point? Make them put a letter in the mail. No, because then they'd have to know where you are, and maybe you don't want them to know where you are. Let them write you a fucking email, and they can spill their guts and tell you how they really feel. And then you can make a determination. But it seems to me, I feel like you've already moved on and you're in a healthy relationship. Although I could be wrong because no emperor came out and you appeared lastly as the empress. So for me, it could be that you have chosen to just go solo, fly solo until the right person and emperor comes around. So on the split, we have the Two of Pentacles. This person can't make up their mind anyway. Their mind could have a flaw. They could have a mental illness, something like that going on that's undiagnosed or misunderstood. They're in the Four of Cups and they have regrets. What are you going to do? You can't save everybody. You don't save people. We don't save. We're supposed to respect each other and to allow each other to be independently autonomous and free. That's what makes a good relationship is when nobody's trying to control the other or let insecurities control each other. And people with insecurities tend to project them onto others. And, while they're afraid that they're so insecure, they think they might lose you or you're going to cheat on them or do something. They're the ones that are out there trying to cheat. It's like they're trying to get one up on you. And judgment in reverse, it's like they need you to be back together with them so that they could balance out their karma or that somehow you will absorb that karma for them? Is that what you want? You want to be, back? I wouldn't even look, this is going to sound cold as ice, but I'm going to tell you what the healthiest thing psychologically is for you to let this go. I hope that this reading has helped you in some way verify something that you already know. Maybe if you're at the point of making a decision, you will understand that I am telling you the truth. I love you. God bless you. I will send you a link. Take care.